Tonight on News 5 Live, the Belize Police Department meets with the management and staff of San Ignacio Community Hospital and business owners in Cayo to discuss a recent increase in crime and violence in the Twin Towns. Minor Galindo speaks out and says the police department is spreading misinformation. 12 months in prison. That's the sentence given to child abuser Devane Flores. And tonight on Culture Tuesday, La Llorona haunts Shaibe. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning-fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a Lone Ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
2,251,000 slices of watermelon are eaten by tourists each year in Belize, benefiting local farmers and processors directly. Tourism means business.
Prepare for the heat and stay cool with a Reamer-Gree air conditioning unit from Benny's. Choose the right BTU unit size for your bedroom or living room and enjoy complete comfort. You can also save money with an inverter unit that is energy efficient. When the heat is on, stay cool and comfortable with an affordable, dependable AC unit from Ream or Gree. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
At RF&G Insurance, we're committed to safeguarding what matters most to you. Offering coverage mile after mile, our offices and agents located across Belize ensure that you are protected. Secure your property with RF&G Householders' comprehensive policy. From your home to your belongings, we offer protection so you can enjoy life to the fullest. For more information on your coverage options, contact our team of experts today or visit your local agents. We'll be ready to assist. Don't forget, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Road Group company.
There's no need to travel far when there's so much beauty here in Belize. Moyuna Resorts invite you to plan a staycation with a special discount at Sweet Sounds Jungle Lodge, the Watermark Belize Hotel, and Hopkins Bay Resort. Escape to paradise with 15% off local rates for multi-bed or multi-bedroom units through August 31st. Enjoy the mountains of San Ignacio, island life on Umbergris Ski, or the calm coast of Hopkins. Give us a WhatsApp text at 671 671-4977 to book your stay. That's 671-4977 for this exclusive Belizean offer.
Summer is almost here, and we're gearing up for the exciting time of the year where kids from all over the country come together and showcase their talent on one stage. The Open Your Eyes stage. Yes, that's right. Summerfest is back.
Join us on June 21st at 6:30 a.m. at the Memorial Park in Belize City for a fun-filled morning. Get ready to see all kinds of talent on stage by kids from all over the country. See you at Summerfest 2024.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Tuesday, June 11th. I am Sabrina Daly. We begin our newscast tonight in San Ignacio, where the brass of the Belize Police Department is presently meeting with stakeholders in the business community following a surge in robberies, as well as crime and violence. Earlier this afternoon, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams and several other ranking officers also met with the management and staff of San Ignacio Community Hospital, following a recent incident that left nurses and doctors shaken. We go now to Marian Ali, who is in San Ignacio.
Good evening, and we're reporting from in front of the San Ignacio Tong Hospital, where this evening the Commissioner of Police met with the administrative staff here at the hospital to find out what transpired on the night of June 1st. That's when a severely wounded man, David Galindo, was brought to this facility by his family members. And the family members, are accused of barging into the hospital, hurling threats at the staff and leaving them in fear. This evening, the commissioner told us that investigators are reviewing surveillance cameras to determine who were those persons who hurled those threats at the staff here. And he mentioned that the police department's legal officer, ACP Bart Jones, will be working closely along with the hospital's chief of staff, Dr. Sabido, to come up with a protocol on how the police will respond to incidents here, as well as what they're going to do when there is a high-profile patient at this hospital. And this protocol, he mentioned as well, will be one that the police department will adopt throughout the country at other hospitals as well. One of the suggestions that came out of the meeting was having the hospital security staff train as special constables, and they will be able to make arrests and to control boisterous and threatening people. As well, the commissioner suggested that crisis management training would be a good idea for the hospital staff. At this time, the commissioner has moved on to the compound of the town hall, where he's meeting presently with business persons from San Ignacio and Santa Elena, and he's listening to their concerns, and those concerns have to do with an uptick in criminal activity, mostly robberies, since the start of this year. So he told us before he went there that they will try to view the policing plan to make adjustments to see how it is made more effective in keeping the twin towns safe. So that's what we have after talking to the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Chester Williams, this evening here in San Ignacio. We'll have more on these two stories in Wednesday's newscast. Reporting for News 5,
Commissioner of Police Chester Williams met with the management and staff of San Ignacio Community Hospital this afternoon. The meeting follows an incident on June 1st, during which several men described as gang members stormed the facility shortly after David Galindo was admitted to ward with life-threatening injuries. Galindo was no stranger to the law and had been targeted by gunmen on a previous occasion in 2021. On the night in question, the 40-year-old had been shot multiple times while purchasing food at a location in Santa Elena town. When he was rushed to the hospital, Galindo's relatives and friends showed up not long after and reportedly terrorized the staff working at the shift that night. The incident has raised serious concerns about the safety and well-being of medical personnel working at the hospital. Prior to his meeting, Commissioner Williams spoke with reporters.
I was one who suggested that we have a meeting and have arranged a meeting with the authorities from the San Ignacio Community Hospital. So I will be meeting with them this afternoon at 2 in San Ignacio. And again, the purpose is for us to be able to look at what their concerns are and to see what protocol we can develop moving forward to ensure that there is no reoccurrence of what actually took place on June 1st. So I agree with everything said in terms of the way how things unfolded. It ought not to have. The best we can do now is to make sure that we put things in place to avert any future reoccurrence.
And any update in finding the perpetrators? I know you said at least one had eluded the police up to yesterday, and still no?
One has been charged, and we're still searching for the other one. We're hoping that he will be coming out of where he is hiding very soon, and we'll be able to take him into custody and address that matter with him.
In a statement provided to another news outlet this morning, Minor Galindo, sibling of deceased David Galindo, said, quote, "No one has been arrested or charged for my brother's death. Instead, police are relentlessly pursuing us rather than the actual culprits." Despite providing detailed descriptions of the attackers and their vehicles to the authorities, there has been no discernible progress in the investigation. The authorities have utterly neglected their duty to ensure our safety and have instead harassed our family, baselessly accusing us of involvement in criminal activities. We have received no support or justice from the authorities, and the media has perpetuated false narratives. End quote. Late this afternoon, News 5 spoke by phone with Minor Galindo. He is the brother of David Galindo, who was shot in Santa Elena on the night of June 1st and passed away over the weekend from injuries he received. According to the sibling, he was not at the San Ignacio Community Hospital the night when David was injured. However, what he explained was that other family members who were present were not allowed to travel with David inside the ambulance from San Ignacio to the Western Regional Hospital. Minor admits that the refusal of the ambulance driver to allow a relative on the trip to Belmopan did create a bit of an issue, but not to the extent described by hospital staff elsewhere in the media.
When my brother David was shot, I was not at home. I just heard the news, and I even went to the hospital itself. I was nowhere in the hospital, and when they called me, my family member told me that the people in from the ambulance do not want to carry nobody in the ambulance. And they said once somebody go in the ambulance, he know the driver off. He was stay right there, and he put the ambulance in a park and cut off the ignition. From there, now you as one loved one, they watch them, they deal it to one loved one like that, and to make them how you will feel comfortable when the ambulance driver they tell you that nobody can go with the patient, and that right there will create at least smally back and front, but like what then they say about the doctors and nurses being threatened and things, that is a totally lie, and totally lie.
Okay, explain to me what happened at the hospital, because as you mentioned, the doctor is alleging that you guys went into the hospital and pretty much terrorized them and they were in fear of their lives. What actually happened that night at San Ignacio Community Hospital?
Well, like I say again, I was never there, but the understanding where I get through the media houses and the commissioner and things where they go through, I get feedback mostly through them. But if they feel threatened and they feel things, they have surveillance there. They got surveillance. And if they want to go through any kind of thing there, and if they feel threatened, why they never press it from the night and press charges and go proceed to the station? They're not government workers. They all rights. And when it comes to doctors and nurses, we all respect them because then they have to save life. They know they have to hurt no one.
Earlier today, the government of Belize issued a press release in which it stated, quote, "The entire cabinet shares the outrage of the Belizean people at the incident which occurred at the San Ignacio Community Hospital on June 1st. Cabinet is grateful that medical practitioners, staff and patients were not harmed by those criminal elements who stormed the facility. Decisive action has been taken. Instructions have been issued, firstly, for the escalation of the operation to round up not only those persons who participated in the attack on our medical facility and staff, but all gang elements operating in San Ignacio and Santa Elena," end quote.
It's a regrettable issue. We wish it did not occur. But again, the reason why the police did not respond when they were called was because it was a busy night in San Ignacio. The police had other complaints that they were dealing with, and so they could not have responded on time as the hospital would have requested. And I do agree with the hospital and I agree with the police as well. I have to strike a balance, but we have to find a solution moving forward to make sure that should there be any reoccurrence, that what took place or the sequence of events that took place on that night in question do not reoccur.
But Kumpal, how many other incidents would there have been that night not to warrant police responding immediately when, in essence, that's a hostage situation? If you have doctors under the threat of firearm to say, "Oh, no need to save this person's life or else, oh no, are dead."
The police were at a stabbing. They had a stabbing. They had, I think, a burglary, and there was another issue at a village. The police only had one vehicle that night that they could have utilized, and so that was an issue.
In the wake of the incident, it has been reported that the individuals who stormed the hospital on the night of June 1st were gang members. It's a claim that Minor Galindo vehemently denies. While he admits his relatives are no saints, he maintains that they are not members of a gang. Galindo also tells News 5 that investigators have since shifted their focus from solving his brother's murder to seeking them out for prosecution.
You guys, as you mentioned, were having an issue with transporting your brother to the Western Regional Hospital. Explain to me what happened at that point where you guys perhaps finally got the ambulance to leave with your brother.
Yes, when the ambulance leave, then everybody leave. Everybody gone. And like I said, then just when they got truly rage, because the ambulance for first beginning, the ambulance was leaving me the day. They wait till the ambulance come. And when the ambulance come, the ambulance driver look like he have one issue to make somebody go along with the patient. And then even one male person now with the patient and one female. And I don't know where they get that gang thing from. I don't know who will put in it, but I want to know what gang we label under. That I want to know which gang we label under. What type of gang? If a blood Crips, what they call gang?
Okay, so it would seem, or it has been described elsewhere in the media that you are in hiding and that the police department is actively looking for you in relation to this incident that happened.
Like I said, I know no hiding. I don't have one problem to go to the station, walk in there, and whatever they have to deal with, then deal it. I just concerned me. I wanted to deal with the things there from arrange the funerals and things like that. And they know exactly, they know all of that. And to make them just come and lock me down for 48 hours when it make no sense, for no reason, just because they feel like, then that I can't afford that right now. I don't have one problem. Like I said, me and the commissioner have word before. If he want to see me, I don't have one problem.
You mentioned in your statement earlier as well that you guys haven't received any kind of update or there's no progress being made in the investigation into your brother's murder. Talk to us about that.
When it comes to my brother's murder, they just come and then shift the whole situation right, wrong, and make it come back right, wrong to it. I know I said that we are innocent people or we are this or end of the day, or it's like we are the victim or nothing. The fact is that they just not care. They just put my brother dead on one side, and the person was supposed to do it, they out there freely, and we are the target. No. Then I don't know type of investigation to say, all right, well, I got a clue. Well, I think they come from there. He come from there. We not get no type of feedback. My brother just gone and gone right so.
Coming up, attorney Leslie Mendez is asked to surrender confidential documents during a search at the Belize Central Prison.
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up." Some time ago, I attended the funeral of a man 50 years of age. He had deserted his wife and children and on a cruise ship with another woman died of a massive heart attack. Even though he deserted them, God did not desert them. He is always there to pick us up and to encourage us on. Ben Hooper was twice the governor of the state of Tennessee. At birth, no one would ever have picked him to be a future governor. He was born an illegitimate son to a woman outside of wedlock. He related as a boy, he was often embarrassed to walk down a street because people would say, "Whose boy is that? Wonder who his father is." He did not even like to go to school and refused to go to church. But then a new preacher came to town who seemed to care about people. He would slip in after the services began and leave before they were over. However, one Sunday, he did not get out in time. The preacher came up from behind him and put his hand on his shoulder and asked him that dreaded question, "Whose boy are you?" Then the preacher said, "Oh, I know who you are. You're a child of God. So go and claim it." He did. He came to Christ and was saved and now a son of the King. Let me ask you, whose boy or daughter are you? You are a child of God. Go and claim it today. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
And receiving 1,762 votes, Dr. Osman Martinez, the new standard bearer for the People's United Party.
Both my colleagues, Melhem Espat and Nicanor Requena did an excellent job. So the outcome of this convention is because we are one team, one PUP, and we did bring out the people.
For more than 30 years, CAM2 has been a supplier of premium quality lubricants to distributors across the U.S. and abroad. With its roots in auto racing, the brand began as a joint venture by Sun Oil Company, General Motors, and Roger Penske to develop a superior performance motor oil that propelled Penske Racing to a victory in the Indy 500 race. Turning its success on the track into confidence on the road, premium CAM2 lubricants were developed and offered to consumers as do-it-yourself automotive products beginning in 1975. Beginning modestly with just a few items, the brand has grown tremendously and now offers hundreds of automotive, industrial, commercial, and performance products to its customers across the U.S. and around the world. Superior quality, outstanding value, unmatched service.
At CAM2, we're committed to you.
Available at your CAM2 distributor in Belize. Enrique Martinez & Sons Limited, 2 miles, Philip Colson Highway, Belize City.
1 year in prison for physically abusing his 3-year-old stepson. That's the time Devane Flores will spend for concurrent sentences that were handed down by the lower courts this morning. The matter, as we reported, was prosecuted by Commissioner of Police Chester Williams. From the onset, the compal pushed for a custodial sentence to be delivered in light of the public outrage following a video of Flores kicking and punching the infant. Flores pleaded guilty to the charges that were brought against him. However, last week, when he appeared before a senior magistrate, Flores' witnesses failed to show up in court to testify on his behalf. This morning, following sentencing, Compal Williams told reporters that he was content with the time given to Flores.
I am satisfied, yes, that the court imposed the maximum sentence of 12 months. I wish they had run consecutively, but instead the magistrate chose to have them run concurrent. So in other words, he will only serve 12 months as opposed to 24 months. But in terms of the magistrate imposing the maximum sentence on both counts of 12 months each, I think that the punishment do fit the crime. The child who has been abused and his parents can now feel at ease that the perpetrator will be behind bars, and so for that I'm extremely happy.
And the reason provided for it not to run concurrently?
Well, the magistrate did cite precedents, and she is right in doing so, and by law she do have that discretion. So as much as I'm not too satisfied with that, she is acting within the scope of the law. The magistrate was extremely clear in her assessment of the matter, in terms of saying that we must send a strong message to persons who have care of children, that as a society we must protect our future. Our children are our future, and if we don't do what we can now to protect them, then who is going to do so? So I think the magistrate was very clear in that as well.
A man who claims to be homeless is tonight on remand at the Belize Central Prison after being arraigned for attempted murder. According to police on Saturday at around 9 p.m., they visited the KHMH, where they observed 31-year-old Juan Pineda suffering from multiple stab wounds. An initial investigation revealed that Pineda was walking his dog in the Lord's Ridge Cemetery when he was attacked by a man known to him as 36-year-old Mark Stevens. Pineda said he made attempts to evade Stevens by running home, but Stevens ran towards him and stabbed him several times in his body with a shiny wooden handle kitchen knife. According to Pineda, his landlord tried to stop Stevens from harming him. Stevens then ran into the Lord Ridge Cemetery and escaped into the night. Police detained Stevens the following day. He appeared before a magistrate today for the offenses of attempted murder, use of deadly means of harm, and dangerous harm. No plea was taken, and Stevens told the court that he served time in the United Kingdom after he went to live there at the age of 8. He says that he returned to Belize at the age of 30 and began living on the streets because he was being attacked by his family members. The magistrate questioned Stevens about an injury seen on his left index finger. Stevens claimed that he was taken to the hospital by police, but they never gave him any medical legal form. The magistrate ordered that Stevens be taken to the KHMH to seek medical attention for his wound before he is taken up to the Belize Central Prison. He is to return to court on September 9th. While attempting to conduct a visitation to one of her clients at the Belize Central Prison, attorney Leslie Mendez was asked by security to hand over her documents for a search. Mendez explained that because her documents are subject to attorney-client privilege, she could not hand them over for inspection. Mendez claims that as her documents contained confidential information regarding a client who intended to challenge the decision of the parole board, she had a legitimate reason to deny security access to these papers. We spoke with Mendez earlier today, who explained how she handled the situation.
So on that day, this was in early May, I visited the prison to try to gain access to my clients, to offer further legal advice, take instructions, etc. On that day, it was there was a slightly different process, where usually when I arrive, I'm taken to the security booth immediately so that I'm searched. But this time, I was directed to a counter where they asked to inspect my documents. When they asked to inspect my documents, I immediately indicated that I wouldn't be able to allow them to inspect those documents because they are subject to attorney-client privilege. And so I cannot allow them to see that. You know, it is my duty to protect attorney-client privilege, so I can't simply just give them access to my documents. Nonetheless, I inquired what the concern is about. So what is it exactly that they're looking for? And perhaps we could find a different way to address the concern. And they indicated that they were concerned about, you know, smuggling monies or anything else through the file and the documents. And so what I offered to do is that I told them, and again, trying to just collaborate, I appreciate that the prison does have legitimate concerns and they need to manage and they need to regulate access and their processes. So I offered that I could turn over the sheets so that they don't have sight of the actual text, and we can sift through each sheet so that I could satisfy them that I'm not smuggling anything and that there's nothing objectionable in my file. We did that, but the guards were still very much dissatisfied and quite peeved.
An attorney at law was denied visitation rights to her client at the Belize Central Prison after she was told that her skirt was too short. The incident occurred in early May after Leslie Mendez attempted to conduct a visit with one of her clients, but upon arrival was met with pushback at multiple avenues. Mendez says that, in her opinion, her outfit was appropriately modest, but conceded that if the prison truly had taken issue with her attire, a warning would have sufficed for the incident. Instead, Mendez was forced to go home and change, which she believes is in violation of the constitutional rights of her clients, who should be allowed to meet with their attorneys. We sat down with Mendez earlier today, who told us that the problem at hand is not whether the attire was appropriate, but rather how the prison ensures that the constitutional rights of the inmates are upheld.
What I wore that day, in my estimation, it was appropriate. In my estimation, I was very much covered up, so I didn't think that it would be an issue. I attempted to reach out to Mr. Murillo because, again, the guards told me they reached out to Mr. Murillo and he confirmed that I can't have access. The point that I was trying to make after that was that I think that in this occasion, in my view, even though I did not concede that I was inappropriately dressed, not so much that it would have justified denying me access to my clients, which again is a constitutionally protected right. I think these things should matter. They should have meaning on the ground. We should act in a way that reflects the importance of constitutional rights. And so, while I appreciate that there are rules, I think that they ought to be applied reasonably. And on that occasion, I thought that a warning would have sufficed. I would have taken no issue with a warning. And if there was, in fact, a real concern about my safety or an issue of security because it's a male population and it's a particular environment, I mean, prison is not flowers and rainbows, that on this occasion, if there was that concern for me, because I'm dressed this way, and I'm an attorney who should be given access to her client because we value that and we value ensuring that the rights of the inmates are protected, a guard could have been assigned to me to ensure that from the security booth to the meeting room, I'm safe.
After 6 of her clients have been denied parole, Leslie Mendez is challenging the parole board. According to Mendez, she has witnessed a systematic denial of reasons given to applicants as to why their parole has been denied, which raised concerns as to whether the relevant considerations are being deliberated in the decision-making process. She says that if an inmate has undertaken sufficient rehabilitation efforts and there is no longer a reason to believe that they pose a threat to the public, then they should be granted parole. Mendez maintains that these legal considerations are being overlooked.
Parole doesn't mean you're free now without any conditions. There are parole conditions, and so now you have some freedom, but it's a freedom that is very much conditioned, and you are under supervision and monitored to ensure that you have a gradual, safe, reintegration into society, because ultimately we want society to be safe, while also ensuring that we bear in mind the interest in rehabilitating inmates, and we can't just throw people in prison and forget them forever. That's just not the system that we have. And so the concern right now is that it doesn't seem that that is being systematically applied at the parole, and we are not even able to know how decisions are being made if you're not giving reasons. And I will tell you, if it is that I get a file or I get an inmate whose parole was denied, and there's an obvious, very recent infraction that was violent, well, okay, you know why it was denied, right? And again, that infraction is a violent infraction. It's obviously beyond reasonable for the parole board to deny that inmate parole. So these are applications where they are not very recent infraction, at least to the knowledge, my knowledge or to the knowledge of the inmate, that there are any infractions or there are anything to indicate that it's an ongoing risk. So that's why this is the cause for concern. Not that all inmates, once they're eligible for parole, are absolutely entitled for parole, no. But these applications are unique in the sense that from our vantage point, we're not able to discern what is the cause for concern. And because we don't have access to that process or access to the reason, we're not able to know what was the cause for concern on the parole boards.
After the break, encounters with La Llorona, the weeping woman. But first, here's a weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
Belize City, the largest city in the country. Our urban haven is home to over 60,000 residents, the financial and commercial hub of Belize. While managing this dynamic city is no easy task, every day the hard-working men and women of the Belize City Council show up and show out to ensure the wheels of our city keep on moving.
Our council has a workforce of over 400 passionate and dedicated workers. We pride ourselves on being people-centric driven while enhancing our internal capacity and capabilities to meet the needs of a bustling city. We recognize that the most important resource we have at the council is our staff. These are the men and women who keep our great city alive.
When thinking of the council, the first thing that comes to mind is street rehabilitation and sanitation.
But we're so much more.
From managing the flow of traffic
to inspecting building safety
and creating resilient public spaces.
People have made their careers here and have been here for over 30 years.
And it's been an amazing journey.
For me, it's about social programs and developing a child-friendly municipality.
Seeing someone's dream become a reality just does something to the soul. That's why initiatives like our accelerator program are so important.
They say when you find something you love, you never work a day in your life.
At BCC, we're not just co-workers, we're a family.
One thing that I hold dear to my heart is that our management team consists of young, driven people, like Mr. Alvarez, who worked up the ranks to become the manager of the largest department in the City Council, the Sanitation Department.
With great performance, there are plenty of opportunities for growth at the Council.
Our team works tirelessly to create memorable and innovative initiatives for our city's residents.
And I am thankful to be a part of that innovation.
I'm grateful for the opportunity to be more and do more for my city.
It's not just about keeping the city clean.
It's about being able to touch the hearts of our residents.
And the amazing people we've been able to meet throughout the years.
That makes it worth it.
Belize City Council, a great place to work. Join us in building a better city for today and tomorrow. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Toledo East needs a new representative, and Dennis Williams is the right candidate at the right time. A fresh face, but a seasoned activist.
In 2002, I started with the former Minister of Human Development, Eden Martinez. I was active in the campaign, village to village. In the town council, I supported Mayor Floyd Lino, Mayor Fern Gutierrez, Mayor Ashton.
Wow.
So whenever there's election, I go full force, yes. I go full force.
Having established a close connection with his people, he is ready and able to serve as their area representative.
And I decided that, you know what, I am hearing from them direct. I am already serving the people. If I can do it in that capacity, they will be the first person that I will look after.
A more approachable and compassionate person you cannot find. This, combined with his drive to get things done, makes Disha just the area representative Toledo East needs.
After the election, I don't see red, blue, white, green. I will help everyone. And they know that I am a person, I have this drive that nothing will stop me. Mm-hmm. And we have been neglected for too long. So I want to be the person to make the difference.
It is time for change, and Disha will make the difference for Toledo East.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added on for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix add-on for only $28.13 more. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Iowa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Iowa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Iowa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Iowa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Iowa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
Greetings. On this World Environment Day 2024, I stand before you as your Minister of Sustainable Development and Climate Change with a message of hope and action. The theme for this year, land restoration, desertification, and drought resilience, calls us to unite in safeguarding our precious land and natural resources. Belize, our home, is facing challenges posed by land degradation, desertification, and drought, threats that require urgent attention and collective effort. It is imperative that we take a stand to protect our environment, for it sustains us all. Together, we can make a difference by promoting sustainable land management practices, engaging in reforestation efforts, and implementing water conservation measures. We can build resilience and ensure a more secure future for our children. Let us commit to being stewards of the land, guardians of our environment. Together, let us work towards a greener, more sustainable Belize. Happy World Environment Day 2024.
The legend of La Llorona, which translates to weeping woman in English, is a folklore shared among Latin American countries. Though views on the origin of the story vary, most people believe that she drowned her children after discovering that her husband was unfaithful. As the story goes, her spirit now travels the earth, wailing at the loss of her children in regret. In tonight's episode of Culture Tuesday, News 5's Paul Lopez hears from some Belizeans who claim to have had encounters with La Llorona, as well as one folklore author who weighed in. Here's that report.
This tree in the heart of Shaibe village is said to be 2 centuries old. It is also the scene of many reported La Llorona sightings.
La Llorona is, according to my grandparents, it is a spirit that does not walk on the ground.
65-year-old Henara Cano grew up hearing stories of La Llorona from her grandparents and parents. She describes La Llorona as the spirit of a woman dressed in white garments, floating about a foot above ground.
My parents told me that it is a woman who killed her children, but right before someone dies, it is guaranteed that she will come around. 15 days ago, La Llorona was seen crying from one crossroad to the next crossroad. Right before someone dies, La Llorona comes and it gives you chills and makes you afraid. Last month, a lady in front of us died, and I heard La Llorona about 2 o'clock in the morning.
And when we played this song for her from a video of a reported sighting,
that is the sound. That is how it sounds.
She told us without uncertainty that this is the same song heard in the community. What do you think would happen if someone actually comes face to face with La Llorona?
You will die.
150 miles away in Bencavejo del Carmen, Benigno Koch says he has seen La Llorona's face.
When I was taking a lady at 2 in the morning at the Bicol, it's a basketball court here in Benque, and I was coming by Mr. Cocom, and there was a tree on the side of the street, right inside the yard, and something went to me like my body started. And I say, this is not good. Then I turn around and see there was a white lady like coming towards the street, and I start running. I run, and I turn out around and see, and she was coming at the back of me. So I went straight to the street where the lights are, and I turn around and she's still back, but I have it like a corner and a half from me, and I run hard, and I reach up to the church street, and I went inside the house and go around, and I stayed there. Then I went back to my house. When I reached up to the post, the lady was coming down. I have like a deodorant, how you call that, coffee on a plastic bag, which I bought, but I was taking some drinks with the lady, and I said, this is not good. She was coming towards me, and I threw the things to her, and it fell on the plan. And I went running on the back of my house. We had a door, and I went inside. I saw her face. She was having something in front, and her it doesn't have eyes. Yeah, that was the first thing the first time I saw her.
According to Adela Vallejo, a cultural activist in northern Belize, stories of La Llorona originated from the Yucatec Maya culture. She explains that there are different versions of the story across the world, but they all point back to a woman grieving the loss of a loved one.
I have not had an encounter with La Llorona in Belize, but I told you that I believe that there are Llorona type entities in every culture. And so that's why every culture will have their own stories. And I can personally tell you that where I resided for 36 years, which was the US of A, my entire family got to hear La Llorona for 3 consecutive nights. And when we heard it the first time, it was very alarming. The second time, it was very distressing. And the third time, we're like, we got to do something about this. And on the third time, we said some prayers, and eventually she went away. But she actually brought terror to our entire neighborhood. It wasn't just my household, but the people on that resided upstairs of myself, and also my daughter, who resided like 300 feet away. So everybody's like, did you hear that last night? That was very terrifying.
David Ruiz, a cultural activist from Banco Viejo del Carmen, writes Folklores. He has never had any such encounters, but says he respects the stories and narratives, as well as their importance to culture.
Even La Llorona is not seen as such, it's just her. She's heard. She's heard as a lady it's a female, a lady, the cry of a woman. And what I've heard people saying is that it's not any ordinary cry, because sometimes they say, oh, it's the cats, because cats, when they're mating, they sound much like human wails. No, but people have assured me that it's not the regular cries or screams or of cats. No, it's different, and that's how they say it's the La Llorona. No? They can identify her. I myself have never heard. I mean, I respect the stories and the narratives, and I wouldn't really like to have such an experience. So I can't say I don't believe in it because I haven't heard or seen anything, but I do respect.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
When we return, Belize falls to Guyana in 2026 World Cup qualifier.
Let's take a journey through the core functions of the Social Security Board. It all starts with registering as an insured person, employer, or self-employed individual. Sign up for a portal account to manage your Social Security information online. Just provide accurate information and click Create. This will give you access to a range of services and benefits. Next, your contribution, along with investments and other income, are collected and distributed into 3 funds. This ensures that the SSB fund is securely utilized to support various benefit programs. The SSB is committed to providing essential benefits such as sickness, maternity, injury, and pension. These benefits are paid out to eligible individuals as a part of the Social Security coverage. We help you navigate through life's challenges with financial security. Annual surplus accumulates to grow the fund each year. This surplus is invested into various industries, contributing to the growth and development of our nation. With each passing year, the fund continues to grow. Due to the annual surplus, and interest revenue earned from prudent investments. This surplus, along with reserves, helps to bolster the SSB fund and provide a safety net for those in need. We've arrived at the end of our journey to better understanding how the SSB works. We remain committed to serving you and building a secure future for all Belizeans.
Every day, we access energy for cooling, lighting, and powering our electrical appliances and devices at work and at home. During cooler months, we rely less on cooling appliances such as fans and air conditioners. However, during warmer months, as the temperature and humidity rises, we use more energy to cool our spaces, and our appliances and electrical devices work harder than they do during the rest of the year. When the months become hotter, let's all practice energy conservation. Here are a few changes that you can make to manage your energy use. Check that all appliances and electrical devices are working efficiently. Turn lights off when not in the room. Unplug chargers, appliances when not in use. Turn off fans and TVs. Use energy-saving light bulbs such as LEDs. And look for the Energy Star products when purchasing appliances and electrical devices. These easy changes can reduce energy use and costs. You can also monitor your energy use during the month by reading your meter and calculating the reading using BEL's bill calculator on our mobile app or by visiting our website. Let's all save energy.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
My name is Leomar Langzert and I'm a teacher and I bank with Belize Bank Independence Branch. What I enjoy is the safety features that the app offers. I have a sense of not having to worry or be concerned about somebody finding my password and username to sign in the application because of the use of the one-time password. And another feature that I love, that I use the most, is how the app synchronizes with my fingerprint on my device. I enjoy the rapid and easy, seamless process to apply for loans through the Belize Bank, and I don't have to be having too much back and forth to visit or take time to visit the bank. They also start to offer the online applications through the app for loan applications, which I believe is very neat. I would definitely recommend Belize Bank to other teachers because one of all the features and advantages that the app offer. With these online that Belize Bank offered is basically everything that you can do in the palm of your hand. So I would definitely recommend the bank to other teachers.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a Lone Ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't let this plan. I can't let this plan.
Belize's national senior men's football team fell to Guyana today, 3-1 in their second 2026 World Cup qualifier match. The Team Belize traveled to Guyana on Saturday following their loss to Nicaragua inside the FFB Stadium. They played Guyana's national team today. The first half of the match finished with 0 goals for both teams. Guyana exploded in the second half, scoring 3 goals in 5 minutes. The first and third goals were scored by Dion Moore at the 65th and 70th minute. Liam Gordon scored the second goal at the 66th minute. Belize would not score its first and only goal until the 80th minute off a header from Carlos Bernardez. In total, Belize made 5 shots at the goal, while Guyana made 23 shots at the goal. The last time these two teams met was in 2019. Guyana also won that game. 2 cyclists were injured in an accident on Monday in Dangriga while riding along the Hummingbird Highway. They are 18-year-old Rinaldo White and 17-year-old Tamron Morris, both members of the Griga Cycling Club. The two were returning from a ride with another member of the club around 1 in the afternoon when Morris suddenly fell to the ground due to a truck swerving in his direction. The truck then proceeded to hit White, resulting in several injuries. Annis Gordon, secretary of the Griga Cycling Club, took to social media to caution drivers when sharing the road with cyclists. But the post was met with criticism from skeptics who believe the cyclists to be at fault. We spoke with Gordon and Morris today for more details on the incident.
I noticed that we was coming back from our ride. We left from around 10 o'clock. We went to mile 20 and was coming back home. When at 5 miles, I heard so many vehicles passing us, so I didn't pay any mind because we was at the side of the road. And all I see was a blue pickup truck. A blue pickup truck breezed me off the road and it knocked my partner in front of me. And when he fell, I dropped on top of him. And then I see myself in the ditch.
Ronaldo, he had a cut to the left side of his eye. He had scraped on his arms, his back, his hip, his shoulder got fractured, and Tamron was complaining with pain in his hip. When I asked about the other rider, Deshane, they told me that Deshane remained at the scene along with the bikes and the person who hit them. We were told that he accepted that it was his fault and that he would meet along with us to see what he can do to assist with damages and whatever caused by his carelessness. He also admitted that he took his eyes off the road for a minute, and that happened. What he was doing, we don't really know, but he admitted to the incident that it was his fault. I have been reading on social media ever since I posted on my page. I have been reading and I saw so many negative comments by people, talking about cyclists, and some said that they need to use the common sense. Some said if he honk his hark, they are knock them down and get out of the way. And there's so many negative things that are said, and I am sure that no cyclist will get on the highway and ride recklessly knowing that they could put their life at risk and causing, problems. So, we need to be mindful of what we say, We need to be mindful because everybody has a turn. Our boys, we tried our best to ensure and to instill that they respect traffic the same way we would like for traffic to respect our cyclists.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5police.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.